Back, NosCast. We back at it again. This episode, this 30.
I was just about to say, it's at the point where I've lost count.
Man.
Episode 14.
Is it 14?
Is it
14, baby? 14 weeks straight.
I'm about to say, we're just here.
We took 1 week off.
We did take 1 week off. But we didn't slack. We back. Yeah. As again, always on the Camp Nos crew, we got Jay Holland.
What's up?
We got Murdoch.
Yo.
We got Greg.
What is good?
We got Christian behind the boards.
Hey, yo.
And we got me, your boy, Leroy Green. And as always, I'd love to start off by asking, how is everyone doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little sore from my day job. Other than that, though, good news. I dropped 5 more pounds.
Hey.
I'm very happy about still down the shirt size. I'm very happy about that. So doing good with that. So that's what's been going on with me.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Awesome.
That is good to hear. Congratulations on your journey. You've been at it, weeks now. I think every episode I notice when we do the What Are You Doing, you mention the more progress that you've made. So it's good that you still going. Keep up with it.
Yeah, man.
Just very inspiring.
Yeah, I'm trying, brother. Like I tell everybody, I'm just trying to live, man. Why you losing weight? I'm trying to live, So this has been I've been plant-based for almost 2 months now. Been doing good. And it's good because now there's a lot more options now than it ever was.
Yeah,
true.
A lot more options. So yeah.
I'm about to say, back in the day, I didn't even know vegan was probably a thing till maybe I was 22.
Because they were all dying off because they were done to eat.
I knew what a vegetarian was, but I didn't know what the fuck a vegan was. I did not hear of that shit till way later.
It was the lack of protein in aminos that they was dying off.
Oh, so how many? I've never even met somebody who was a vegan until maybe a decade ago or something like that. I literally knew nobody who was a vegan. Vegetarians was this. My brother is a vegetarian, but I was I didn't know anyone who was just a vegan. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't eat anything with a face. any of that.
Well, I should clarify. I'm not vegan. I'm plant-based because I do own a fur coat. So technically, that doesn't make me vegan.
think there's a term for that. It's called chegans. You kind of cheat. I didn't make it up. I swear to God, it's a real term. Chegans.
There's the episode title for this.
Yeah, Chegans,
baby. Chegans.
Chegans.
You cheating on your vegan diet, you chegan.
Yeah. But in fairness, I bought that fur coat before I was a vegan, and I'm not gonna just give it up because I'm a vegan. I paid money for that damn shit.
You ain't catching me in no damn fur coat, man. I seen a couple of clips from some of those documentaries. I'm like, nope, I'm alright. Faux fur for me.
No, I would totally not do it now, but I'm like, I still paid for that 2 years ago.
You would still do it.
I don't even think
still do it.
I would not do it.
It's probably not even real fur coat. So what we do? It's probably not even real.
Actually, it's probably not.
Next episode, when you come out, someone's going to have a red can of paint.
Someone, I'm going to be like, listen, I was lying. It was fake. Honestly, I think it is fake. The guy told me it's coyote, but I don't believe it.
Hell no. The guy told you. You ain't even what shop did you get it from?
I bought it from the African on Canal Street.
Exactly.
the same
Hunted
nigga
it himself.
The finest coyote money can buy.
They got off the road. The same nigga that sold that Louis bag to that lady sold me that fur coat. Right. Whether it's fake or not, I still like it and I'm aware. I have no shame in my game.
Bomb. So what y'all been up to? What's been going on in y'all lives, man? Since we last been here.
And just today's the first day I had off in a couple of days, so I'm just happy to be off, honestly. But more exciting, it was Ramzo Ramen came out.
Yes, it did.
And it's doing pretty well, so I'm excited to release the next episode and see where it goes from there.
Who you got you want coming up soon?
We got Cash Stackson coming up. The following week we have you, actually. We have you, then we have Kosan, and then we have Murdoch.
Nice.
Stacked lineup. Make sure to check it out on the Camp Nos channel.
Yes.
Rhymes over
Yeah,
ramen.
make sure you guys check that out.
Check it out in the first episode. Great episode.
Yeah, we're actually going to bring you back.
Really? Oh, dope.
I'm
Thank
saying
you.
where like is more than. Yeah, I'm actually gonna bring you back. Actually,
The studio heads have decided.
To bring me
collective
back.
have
Looking at the
decided.
analytics of that episode, they were like, that guy Greg works, great as one of the additional hosts on there. Bring him back. We need him.
I'll be back.
Damn, that's like
Robin.
Amber Heard and Warner Brothers right now. Jesus.
Oh man, like that's what I've been up to. I was listening to the Amber Heard tape, the recording earlier.
Of her being abusive.
Yo, she's a psycho. She's a crazy person.
You know, like she. I forgot if it was a restraining order, but like, her ex-girlfriend admitted, like, yeah, she's fucking nuts. Like,
So what happened exactly?
So
Johnny Depp was saying that. Well, no, Amber Heard was saying that Johnny Depp abused her, but now Johnny Depp is saying that Amber Heard abused him, and so now there's a whole legal battle where they're both suing each other.
She admitted this on the tapes that she abused him, like, cause he's going he's being real calm and he's talking. So the other phone, I guess it was like a phone recording. I think she recorded it trying to make it seem like that it was gonna be in favor of her, but it just makes her look like the crazy person that she actually is. So he's like, yeah, well, you were hitting me, you were punching me, you were doing all this, you throw pots and pans. Now she didn't deny any of that stuff. She was basically just making excuses of it and trying not to, and basically dodging all the other questions that she asked him. So like all the abusive stuff basically is confirmed on those recordings. Like she straight up just says it and just like, but she's like one of those toxic people where she just like doesn't want to really admit to like what she did, and like she just makes excuses for her shit, not really owning up to it. And
Sounds like eerily familiar.
but yeah, she's a crazy person. And the crazy thing is like he's paying, he's the one suffering from all this. Like he lost his job at Warner Brothers. They told him to resign from playing his role in what was it, Fantastic Beasts.
Honestly, that's fine. They should just throw the whole franchise out with that.
I heard it wasn't good anyway. So I guess
I've not
much.
seen, much as I'm a big Harry Potter fan, I've still not seen one Fantastic Beasts
the
film.
first
J.K.
one is actually
Rowling's
pretty good.
writing the screenplays for that, so it's just like at this point, like there's no reason to
Yeah,
support those movies.
I have very mixed opinions about that bitch, but I mean, the first Fantastic Beasts is actually a pretty good movie. The second one, I still have yet to see, to be honest with you. And then all that shit about JK came out, and I was just like, bitch, I'm not paying your bills no more.
I gave you enough. But I don't know. See, that's the thing. I know I'm gonna end up giving her more money because I really want to play that Harry Potter game coming out.
Used.
True, buy it used,
That way someone else buy it, and then you can just buy the used
Or you
copy
just
the
buy
first
from
week.
you buy from a crackhead that stole it.
Hey man, I got this new Harry Potter. Man. You sure this is Harry Potter?
And you're giving it back to the community.
It got
Yo,
wizards.
Why is this Need for Speed?
All right, open
There'll
it
be
up.
Need for Speed too.
Not even Wizards of Waverly Place season 1. Damn.
This 3 too.
Nah, dude, it ain't even Wizards. Dude, it ain't even Wizards. It's fucking Ant Farm. It's like, nah, you ain't even getting Wizards.
Fuck that. You open up a cartridge gonna fall out that motherfucker. Look at N64 game going Superman. Man, what the?
Glover. Shit. You should never trust them. But yeah, man, it's like if you gonna remove him, like, but everyone on the internet seems to be behind Johnny Depp as they should be.
Yeah.
I
for
think they
this.
both abused each other. I think they were in a
Probably.
toxic
Yeah.
relationship. Because
I-
he's a
that's-
drug addict, and that shit was like very confirmed. And he has some sketchy text messages as well. I think they were just in a toxic relationship, abusing each other, and they both.
That's why what happens between you and your partner stays between you and your partner.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I feel like in that sense, I do feel bad for Johnny Depp, but at the end of the day, I hope this motherfucker learns pussy ain't worth it.
Nope.
Hell no, pussy and
I don't know, but when
cocaine
you're a man like
ain't worth
Johnny
it.
Depp, you just gotta thrown towards you everywhere you go, man.
And
It's
I'm not gonna
Johnny
lie,
Depp.
it fucking sucks to hear all this about Amber Heard because she's, I hate to admit it,
Bad as
she's
hell?
fucking hot.
She is. She is a hot. She's a hot chick. Let's be
She's
honest.
such
She
a
is.
shitty personality wasted on something that fine.
I mean, would I put up with it though? Probably.
Hell no. Dude,
Hell
you were
no.
twitching. You were like, hell no.
Nah. I've
Don't
had
matter.
That
I
bitch
don't
cut
know.
his finger off. Hell no.
Okay, see, then yeah, I forgot that she did that shit too.
How you
so.
gonna make beats now? dude?
Exactly.
How you gonna make beats now?
I can't press the pad.
Oh, so you like to jerk off? I'm not home, huh?
Man, I can't DJ. I can't do shit now. Yeah.
Be Misery Part 2.
I do
Yeah.
agree that they were both kind of toxic for each other, but at the end of the day, I don't think Johnny should be having to fucking deal with all this fallout, and she's not.
Yeah.
I think that's the.
I feel like
that's
they should go both ends.
Get rid of both of those games. If you're gonna take Johnny Depp off of Fantastic, then you take her off like
Aquaman, too.
There's
and shit
rumors
like
that she might be that they're looking for someone to replace her in Aquaman. I mean, it's pure rumors.
It could literally
at this
be
point.
anybody.
Who
Literally
knows, like,
anybody.
anybody.
Literally anybody.
Well, to be fair, with Amber, they kind of knocked it out of the park with Mira. We just hate her now because of everything that came out with Johnny Depp. So I would like someone who was like, that's fucking perfect. Again, it sucks, but it's just.
And honestly, I don't like. I enjoyed Aquaman, but I don't think there was like too much to the character of Mira.
I don't feel like she was like a big part of it. Where it's like the franchise can't go on if we don't have Amber Heard.
I'm not saying that at all.
No,
it's just like one of those things where it's like, oh, the casting is on point.
She looked on point. But it's like with Terrence Howard as Rhodey. It's like.
Exactly.
Get Don Cheadle.
Because
Like,
it's only been one. It was only one movie. It was the same thing as the Don Cheadle.
She was in Justice League too, but like
that
whole movie is
that movie getting rewritten.
That movie ain't even really canon. Like.
We'll
hold that off until we get the Snyder.
They got
cut.
Flashpoint. They could just
Exactly.
rewrite
Multi-universe.
everything. So. Oh, what happened to Mara? I don't know. She got lost in the Flashpoint. But we got this Mara from another Earth, and
I hope DC realizes that they can treat Flashpoint as a literal band-aid for their franchise.
Everybody's been saying that.
That's what it should be.
That's what it should
They've
be.
already, like-
but now, like from what it's shaping up to be, that's not what it sounds like it's gonna be. It sounds like it's gonna be something that kind of tries to course correct, not necessarily fix.
Which is kind of like. I don't think they want to restart at this point. I think they do want to course correct because they want to keep going, but they need a right direction because right now there's too many duds in it.
Well, see, the thing is, they're too far in for a hard reboot. They just need a soft reboot.
Especially when Wonder Woman and Aquaman have done
they're
so
way
well.
too in deep for a hard reboot. But Flashpoint, the Flashpoint Paradox, that could be the soft reboot that they need.
Then they've already like kind of confirmed it in the interviews that they're saying like this movie is gonna be like the new jumping point for the DC universe. So
I wouldn't be surprised if those movies ended up in Flashpoint splitting off and being their own separate universes. Because Justice League, let's be honest, that's not gonna happen again. I don't think we're going to see Henry Cavill as Superman again, to be honest with you. I know there's rumors about it, but I don't think so.
I think so. He hasn't, like, turned it down. Like, he's kind of...
But he hasn't said anything either.
Yeah.
So
cut him the right check.
Cut him the right check.
I think we'll see
cut him the right check, put him in the right Superman movie, and I think you have a pretty winning formula, but I think what's going to end up happening is that Wonder Woman and Aquaman, the successful things like Shazam as well, are going to become their own separate franchises. And like Wonder Woman will still be her own thing, but I don't think she's going to necessarily be part of a Justice League in her movies. I think that's the way that they should kind of go with it. Because, I mean, we saw it in Justice League, and we saw how well that worked.
I think we'll see, like, whatever happens, we'll see in the Zack Snyder cut. Like,
but
the outcome of that is going to affect, like, okay.
I don't think that's going to be canon, though.
Yeah, not necessarily canon, but it can influence the actors to be like, okay, well, I can play Superman again with the right
He got
script.
Ben Affleck to come back.
Yeah, like, that's a big step in itself.
It sounds like if they have direction, like if they have direction, then I think it'll get these actors to really stay on board with their roles.
So basically, what you're saying is fuck you, Josh Whedon.
Yeah,
pretty much, because it's all it's like they've been just kind of just winging it, like here and there, like, and then just like, oh well, we didn't really set anything up for these two characters to kind of cross over, but we're just gonna throw it in anyway, like kind of like what they did with Batman v Superman, just his Batman, his Superman, his Wonder Woman, here's the Flash, like
they tried to build this friend, like at the end of the day, they all just tried it way too quickly, like. Y'all should have been planning the minute Iron Man came out. Yeah. But it's like
they decided to just do catch up. Like, it's kind of stupid to do. Like I said, you have a whole universe of characters. You have a lot of time to like really plan out these stories and make something coherent. But they were just cramming everything at once. Like Batman v Superman only happened out of response because Civil War came out. That was it. They wanted their own versus movie where let's have popular superheroes fight each other.
Like it shouldn't. The Batman vs Superman movie shouldn't come out just because Marvel did it. Let's do it. No, man. Like that's a team up we've been waiting to see for years on the big screen.
That should have been
in the Trinity and build up. We've seen that this was eventually gonna happen. Like but now Batman v Superman, this doesn't make no sense. Why are they fighting?
for no reason.
Because they dropped everyone in
It's like, I don't
Batman
like you.
vs
I don't like you
Superman.
either.
Wonder Woman debuted in that movie.
Flash,
Aquaman.
Lex Luthor.
Lex
What's his name at the end? Deathstroke at the
designed
end.
all of the logos.
Yeah, that's what I was like. How did Lex Luthor know all their logos? He had all the logos. Like,
Hired a graphic
hey,
designer.
people, just in case you don't know who these people are, we have logos for you. And in there for a split second. It's like, come on. Like, and the whole thing with the whole Batman versus Superman, I'm still like, why were they fighting? No one, like, it's like Batman's like, I don't like you. Superman, I don't like you either.
You know,
That's it. Like, it's like, fuck you too. Like,
I do have a question for the forum for you guys. So I'm of the personal belief that with DC versus Marvel in terms of the movies and stuff like that, I think the way that DC should have went was, I think they should have made theatrical animated movies of like the DC universe. Not necessarily like Marvel where it's live action, we get to see the actors and the roles. I think DC should have went the animated route, not necessarily like silly cartoons and stuff, but like PG-13 kind of
No, they have though.
action
It's just
animated movies.
Their live action doesn't equate to their animated movies.
No, not at all. But I'm saying, I'm like, what if though instead of it being the case where Batman versus Superman went to theaters, it would be something like
An animated movie. in theaters.
Justice League, Throne of Atlantis, and stuff like that.
They wouldn't make as much money.
Nah,
in the
You don't
animated
think so?
market. I don't think so.
No,
In the
not at
animated
all.
market, yeah. 'Cause
Not
I feel like
at all, no.
like when it's animated, it's only gonna appeal to just like kids and like nerds, like
Yeah.
you know, like us. But the general audience, I don't think they're really gonna care much for going to the theaters to see an animated
They want that-
movie like
they
that.
want that-
Especially when
that
Marvel has been
tangible-
putting out like, okay, yeah, well, I can see Iron Man in real life. I want to see, you know, Deathstroke in real life. But we're
That's
getting
what
Deadpool.
people. That's
yeah,
what
you know.
comic fans want
Yeah.
too, because we've had the comics for so long that like it's now
You
like
wanna
seeing
see
these
it
things
come alive.
live action. It's like
That's fair.
bringing it to a new level.
But I enjoy their TV shows though.
Yeah,
The
DC
Flash, Arrow.
DC kills it in the TV department.
Yeah, like I don't understand what happens when it gets to big screen or what gets lost in translation. But
Because there's a stigma that people believe that it's like, oh, with TV it can't go into theaters. But on the contrary, I would have loved to have seen an Arrow movie. I would have loved to have seen a Flash movie of the TV show. Even fucking Supergirl. Like, all of those shows are movie worthy. I just don't know why they decide to separate them. It's just like...
Well, what I think they're doing, because they already did it in the Crisis on Infinite Earths, is that they brought Ezra Miller Flash into the TV show.
Yeah,
And I think that's what they're gonna do with Flashpoint, is that they're gonna make. I think they're gonna make everything in DC canon, because they're having Michael Keaton back, and there's rumors of like Val Kilmer and like a whole bunch of other people. So I
If
think
that's
that
the fucking case,
I think they're gonna just make everything canon and make it a giant multiverse.
Do y'all realize how fucking awesome that would be?
And that's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
fix.
I mean,
That's
they
a
kinda
great.
done that
the only
already
way they
with
be able to
the
fix
show.
it. That's the only way they be able to fix it.
They
Can you,
even include
can
the
you
Titans.
imagine that hype ass
Yeah.
moment in Flashpoint if this happens? Fucking Barry's sitting in the Speed Force and we see like Superman from the 70s, Michael Keaton's Batman. Like I would
There's
lose
even
my
rumors-
shit.
Yeah, there's
I would
rumors
lose
that
my
even
the
shit.
like,
crossover
some
episode
people
they
that
put
we
out
didn't see, yeah.
had all of that. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they just got that idea from that crossover
More than
episode.
likely, yeah.
But here's the thing: you mentioned all that. Now here's the question: if that would have happened, would we see Shaq Steel?
Shaq Steele.
Honestly?
Would we see Steel? If you can't deny Steel.
Nicolas Cage's
With gun?
Superman.
Yeah.
With Gunn doing Polka Dot Man, bringing that back for Suicide Squad, I would be more than happy to see.
You can't leave out Steel. Come
Like,
on.
come on.
Shaq Steel.
That'd be amazing.
Just get real weird with it, you know. Bring out like the real small.
Ezra's
corners.
like, yo, we don't talk about that corner of the multiverse.
That's the dark multiverse.
They leave that alone. It's like going to like the wrong side of the tracks. There's like graffitis everywhere. People get mugged and all that shit.
I have faith. I think DC's getting their stuff together because they know that they have to, and they have to come up with a plan. And I don't know. And it's it's also weird because the Batman's not gonna be in the universe. Like the Batman is its own universe too. So it's just like. At least they're like going for like people who have specific visions to at least make good movies, as opposed to like trying to force something like Justice League 3 movies in, and then it's just like I don't care about any of these people.
Yeah,
They
you
make-
didn't.
they
You
make
didn't have.
big
Oh, Superman's back to life. Who saw that coming? Like,
Yeah, it was like you didn't have. There was no investment. Like with Marvel, it took them an entire decade to build that. So you invested to each and every one of these characters.
Because you give a shit when
Yeah.
someone dies. And these
Yeah. exactly. DC, you're just like, okay.
They don't
All
care.
right, they
It's
kill
just like
Superman?
Hollywood. It's a Hollywood
Spoilers?
studio. They just want.
Yeah.
It's like it's not gonna have impact when he's dead in the second movie that we ever seen him in. You know what I mean? Like think about it. Like not. I mean, I guess you could only compare it to Marvel because they're the only company doing it. But it's like, okay, we didn't have Iron Man die till what? 10 years later. 10 years that we got to grow and love
Black
this
Widow.
guy.
And
so
Black
when he
Widow.
died, it
hurt.
meant something. Yeah, like you kill somebody else who we only got accustomed to in one movie. Like it's gonna be like, oh, all right, well.
And I feel like it
Of
was
course
a
you're
missed
gonna bring 'em back.
opportunity. Like you have the first ever Justice League live action movie, but yet the last movie you guys put out was Superman dying. So now all the marketing campaign, you can't even market it as the full Justice League. It's Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Aquaman.
Even though Henry Cavill was on the promotion route, and it was
Yeah.
just like, well, like
It's like we
you
know
over
he's
here-
alive.
yeah.
Just put him on the advertisement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then it was like maybe maybe 2 or 3 weeks after the movie was in theaters. That's when they put him in
Yeah,
the
it's
posters.
just-
Like,
Yeah.
You don't really think we're that stupid?
yeah, like come on. Well, I
Oh,
think,
what's that? It's jangly keys. Go get it.
but I think what they should have did was, I think what DC should have did was, if they were trying to build this universe and try to compete with Marvel, they should have started off with like Wonder Woman and the Green Lanterns and all that, and left Batman and Superman on the back burner for a while. Like, give them a rest, and then it should have led up to like not Batman versus Superman, but the world's finest, and then it would have led into the Justice League. But you know, they had to get that dollar.
They know Batman's gonna make him that Batman money.
Exactly.
See, the funny thing is that they tried to do that originally. Green Lantern was supposed to be Ryan Reynolds was supposed to start everything. And at that point, they had a Justice League movie in development with George Miller, who was doing Mad Max Fury Road. After Justice League fell apart, he was like, I'm gonna go do a Mad Max movie. Fuck all y'all. But like,
Smart man.
smart man.
Smart
but like,
man.
they've been doing that for a while. Like Colby Smulders was supposed to play Wonder Woman at a point. Like
Army Hammer
that's
Batman.
yeah, it was really like they were ready to do that, and then they put all their eggs in the basket that was Green Hornet
Green Lantern.
with Green Lantern, and well, we saw how that turned out.
I didn't. I still have not seen that movie.
You ain't missing.
I don't
nothing.
think Ryan Reynolds has seen
You
it.
ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, I
It's
was
the next
working the
watch
movie
party.
theater
Green Lantern.
when that movie came out, and even I didn't bother because usually on my breaks I would just go in and just watch whatever. But even when that movie came out, I just had no desire to watch it, whatever, like at all. Like so, I was just like, yeah, screw it. Like
That was like at the height when like CGI was really getting like to be too much, and I was just like the
Alright,
trailers was just
chill.
like
Yeah.
y'all don't.
It looked way too fake.
But the thing is like I like Marvel's approach to their early filmmaking. It kind of tempered off in the later years, but they would pick directors who were suited for the genre that the film was actually for. Like Iron Man still had like that kind of buddy comedy-esque to it, so they got Jon Favreau, they got Kenneth I can't never
Kenneth
to do Thor
Thor.
because he does those Shakespearean epics. I wish that they would kind of put that kind of care into the DC movies instead of just giving Zack Snyder everything, the keys
Yeah.
to the kingdom, because you're gonna get the same fucking
Same movie all
Yeah.
every time.
So are you saying that we're gonna get Spike Lee for Luke Cage?
I would love to see it.
You imagine Luke
Oh.
Cage in Harlem and Spike Lee's doing the Spike Lee thing and he's just standing still and it's just like the background's just moving.
I think
like
this-
this.
I-
That'd be
he would
dope.
Spike
change
Lee
Luke
could
Cage's
keep-
whole outfit and make it like blue and orange.
Man, there's a couple of things like that I would like to see, but with DC, they needed someone who actually gave a shit about Green Lantern. You could tell that movie was like by the numbers, by committee type shit.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like Green Lantern as an idea is fucking awesome, and it could work. It's just you gotta just give it a little bit more care than what you did
Yeah.
instead of just happen
Pump
something
it
together.
And plus they don't have one person in charge. Like Marvel Studios has Kevin Feige.
Well, they had Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
He was making all the
No,
stuff.
Not
no,
in this
not
era.
in this era.
Not anymore. Yeah. When they started.
But no, I'm talking like an
Now.
exec, like how
Yeah.
Kevin, like he's in charge of everything. Like they don't have that, so everything is just all over the place. So just like it's like you know what?
Because I was saying that before. Like he kind of oversees all the projects so
Yeah.
that they can have one consistent kind of like overall build up to it. DC didn't have that direction at all. They didn't have anyone kind of just overseeing these projects. I think they did bring in Jeff Johns at one point to be that person, but I don't think he wanted to take that role really.
He's got too many comic books to finish before they get delayed more.
He's
He's
not at Marvel. He's not at DC anymore.
He still writes for DC.
Nah, he moved to Image.
He's on Image. Yeah.
Oh, that came out this month.
2020. Oh, that's real. Because he just did.
How recent is
He
that?
just finished 3 Jokers, which finished like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit, 3 days ago. This
Oh
was.
damn.
Oh wow.
Is that completely out of DC or?
Apparently.
Because he's like the DC. Well, I mean, Bendis left Marvel for DC, so like anything can happen.
Any team,
Like,
man.
independent.
Any
For his
team.
latest collaboration. He's publishing his first book outside.
But it still
of
says
DC.
former.
Well, he's not chief creative officer anymore. AT&T bought DC and they just restructured the entire.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's another reason why DC's been real messed up lately because AT&T bought them and now they're trying to run it like a giant company would. And so they had like massive layoffs. They started their own printing because Diamond shut down during coronavirus, and they're like, no, we need to keep printing comics. Who cares about people's lives? So they started their own company, and they laid a bunch of people off, and they fired Dan Didio, and they laid even more people off like within the last week. So DC is going through a very, very structural change
going
in terms of
through
the
it.
comic books
They going
right
through
now.
it.
So
You know, I feel like DC is right now. DC is like the NWO. Like it started out as the NWO. Now you got NWO, Red and Black, the Latino War Order, the Blue War Order. There's like so many different factions going on. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that one of the most successful recent DC movies is Teen Titans Go to the Movies. How do
I
you
still haven't
feel?
seen it yet.
I heard that one was
I heard,
pretty
it
good.
was, I heard it was good too.
I saw it.
I never
it's
seen that one.
actually really funny.
Yeah.
If you like, we all make fun of DC for their choices. This movie does exactly that tenfold with money.
That's awesome.
It's actually a good time.
Did you see the Lego Batman movie? That was also really good.
Fucking love that.
See, that was another mistake I felt DC made was when they decided to go with the Suicide Squad. I don't think they should ever went with the Suicide Squad. They should have went with Teen Titans. Because it would have made a lot more sense, in my opinion.
But they did the Titans TV show.
Yeah, but that's a TV
but it's
show.
TV show. I'm talking about like the movie.
Yeah, but they would have messed that up. The TV show is pretty good so far.
Well, no, I'm saying like if they did
Instead,
it,
yeah.
if they did it correctly, because you could have did like an after credit scene where Batman showed up or something, and then that's how he recruits Cyborg. It's like,
But like even with the Suicide Squad movies, it's like they kind of just put in big names and the roles of the characters to just kind of make that quick buck rather than
They want to
focus on
make their
story.
own Guardians, and now
Yeah.
they're literally doing it because they hired James Gunn. Like that was
well, let's
the
be
plan
honest.
from
But
the beginning.
let's be honest. That cast is so big. You know, in the first 5 minutes, 90% of that cast is getting killed off.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like we're taking bets that John Cena's probably gonna last. I don't know. What,
To me, it's like the
He's getting an
Expendables.
HBO Max spinoff already, so either he dies, and I think the HBO Max show is a prequel.
They
like,
haven't
kinda
announced,
thing.
but I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna
Yeah.
be. Because I'm
Peacemaker.
pretty sure he's gonna fucking die too.
I like how on point the costumes have been for James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
yeah.
I find that
Yeah.
really funny. Like he stuck to the comics
Yeah.
in an almost comical way. Like,
I'm excited to see Harley in her like red and black finally. Like
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I'm still surprised Margot Robbie's still doing these movies.
She want that money.
I know she want that
They
money,
just
but
gave her
like,
her
Yeah,
own
I'm about to say
movie,
she
like,
got her own
recently.
movie, so
Yeah.
I
Well, she want that
blame her.
money.
how well did Birds of Prey do?
It bombed.
it didn't.
It didn't do well.
It made more of its. It didn't make all of its money back. It partially due to COVID stuff too, because it came out in February, but it didn't do as well as they would have liked, and it made its budget back, but it didn't make its marketing back.
I think that was actually the last movie I seen in theaters before COVID.
Yeah, it was like right around there.
Why you give me that look?
Definitely judging you for that. Last movie you saw in theaters was that.
I haven't
I thought
seen
it was a
yet,
good
so
movie.
I haven't
I still haven't
yet,
seen
so-
it.
I thought it was a good film. And granted, I will say,
I thought it was decent.
I thought it was
I
a
thought it
good
was
film.
okay, too.
Granted, I will say, like I said, I enjoyed it very much, but it does owe a lot to Deadpool. It owes
Okay.
a lot to Deadpool. That's all I got to say. Like, it owes a lot to Deadpool. Because I was like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm watching the female version of Deadpool right now.
Oh, maybe I will check out this
very
movie.
toned down version.
I thought it was okay. I thought it had its
Yeah,
problems.
same thing. I thought it was okay.
It was fun. I know a lot of people who really love it, and I like
enjoyed
that
it.
they love it. Yeah.
I actually thought Journey Smollett was good as Black Canary. I thought she
I
was
thought
good.
so too, but I thought they just like really didn't give her much to do at all.
Well, that's how I felt about the Huntress. They didn't really do much with her.
They didn't do much. Because the only person that they gave stuff to do was Harley Quinn.
That's why I was like, why did they call the Birds of Prey?
They should have just called it
Harley Quinn
and the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they did?
Yeah, I
Like,
think that's
they
changed
changed the
They
title.
changed it to Harley Quinn : Birds of Prey, which is so awkwardly titled. They should have just said Harley Quinn and the Birds of
Fabulous
Prey.
Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Yeah.
That was the original title.
And the original, I think before that, it was supposed to be the Gotham City Sirens.
Well, that was a whole different project.
That was a whole different project.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Poison Ivy and.
That was supposed to be from David Ayer, who did
Oh yeah.
Suicide Squad.
He was gonna follow it
And
up.
then he went off and did.
The Tax Collector.
No, he did. What was that movie on Netflix? Will
Bright.
Smith? Yeah.
Wait, Tax Collector, is that the one with Shia LaBeouf plays that
Yeah.
Mexican?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's playing a Mexican, but he's involved with the cartel.
Oh, okay. I thought no. I'm saying because I thought they were saying that he's supposed to be Mexican in there, but it was like, wait, what?
He did get his entire
Anger
chest
is the
tattooed
Mexican
for that
demographic.
movie.
Like for real?
Yeah.
He's a psycho.
He's a real
He's a-
committed method actor.
Like permanent tattoos?
Yes.
Because they know they do temporary shaving.
No, he got his. If
Yeah.
there was like pictures
Like,
of
yo,
him
dog,
recently, and he still has like his entire chest tattooed.
like, yo,
from that
dog, you
movie.
know they do temporary. Nah, son, it's about the role, man. It's about the art. I'm like, all right, crazy.
All right,
man.
good luck with your Disney casting choices
Yeah.
in the future.
You
I'm
ain't-
waiting on that Even Stevens reboot.
But don't you hate it when like actors go the extra mile for a role and the role does nothing?
Well, that
I'm
movie
looking
got
at-
really bad reviews.
I'm looking
Looking
at
at
you.
you,
Like,
Jared Leto.
No, I'm about to say no. I'm looking
was
at you.
just gonna name him.
No, I'm about to say I'm looking at you, 50 Cent.
I was gonna say the same thing.
yeah.
Looking at you,
Between the
50
two of
Cent.
them, Jared Leto and 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
He lost all that weight, and the movie didn't pan out like the way he thought it was.
I didn't even hear of the movie. Like I heard
The
more
movie
about
went like straight to BET.
Yeah.
Like, it's
You
crazy.
lost like 100 pounds for a BET film, 50.
It's not worth it.
I saw the trailer for it and I was like shocked because it looked so like low quality. And after like I was reading these reports, he's like he got so into row, he lost all his weight, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, this looks like a straight to like VHS movie. Like this looks
Not even
awful.
straight to DVD,
Yeah,
straight to VHS.
You imagine how 50 Cent was telling his boys like, "Hey, yo, son, I'm about to get that Oscar and that Academy Awards, kid."
Yeah, 50,
You know
we
what
got
I'm
some
saying?
news for you. I'm so sorry. The movie's going straight to BET.
And that's when he goes on Instagram like, "Yo, son, BET ain't shit, son."
Well, it sucks
what I'm
because you
saying?
got to show that type of dedication for any movie that you go into, regardless of where it ends up being distributed. Because like, movies go through such weird fluctuations a lot. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if that movie was originally supposed to be out theatrically, got its budget slashed to the fuck at the very last minute, kind of like what happened with Deadpool.
Did you see that movie? That 50 Cent movie?
I didn't even know what the movie is.
Exactly. That was not meant for that movie. It looked so low budget.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember even the trailer was in like 480.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes.
Hold up.
I think
what the fuck
I think
is
it's
this
called.
movie called?
It's called Things Fall Apart, which
yeah.
is so weird because that's also the Chinwe Achebe book, and that's like everybody reads in grammar school. Oh, and then they changed it to All Things Fall Apart.
It's on Sling.
Yeah. It's like,
I didn't even know the name of it. I
Wait
just
a minute.
remember
I
when the
love how it
picture
says it
came
on
out.
Wikipedia. 2011 American direct-to-video drama film.
Starring
by
Ray Liotta.
Mario Van Peebles directed.
Mario Van Peebles?
yeah.
Yeah, it's got a $7 million budget. That's not that big.
Yeah.
They
But here's the
spent
thing, you
all the
can-
money on the actors
Yeah.
rather than
That's
the
what-
actual
that's probably what it was.
quality.
Ray Liotta and
They
50
spent
Cent
it on that
got all
that
the-
horrible dreadlock wig that he had on the beginning of the film.
Oh my god.
Like, why would they?
It sucks because $7 million, you can make something actually pretty decent for $7 million. Look at the Blumhouse.
I was
movies.
going to use
Yeah.
Blumhouse as an example.
Blumhouse
It's literally
movies-
their method for everything.
Especially in the beginning, their budget didn't exceed $5 or $7 million. And look at what they did. And they spent the money on making it look like it was a $100 million movie and maybe like 1 or 2 stars. Not fucking stacking the cast with
Ray Liotta,
50 Cent
50 Cent.
and
Lynn
Ray
Whitfield.
Liotta. Lynn Whitfield. Oh, wow.
And I didn't hear anything about that movie after it came out. Like everything I heard about it was before
50
it came
probably
Yeah,
out.
like when
made
it,
it
like
that
I,
way.
everything, like, all the marketing was that one picture that he put up, and that was it. I didn't even hear what the movie was
Yo,
called.
son,
how
I'm an
people
actor
liked it.
now.
Yeah, like so.
I'm an actor now. This is a legit unit. You know, he don't open his mouth when he talk.
Oh my god, yo, it does look like.
Yeah, and look at that horrible wig that he has on.
No. Oh no.
Your heart is just breaking. But
See, like those sports segments don't look bad. Is that shit? That looks terrible.
Yeah, that is straight out of Party City.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, how are you gonna do a close up of the forehead like that? Like,
You literally see the line
actual
right there.
hair,
The
yeah.
actual, you see it right there.
That's foul. That's so foul.
That's so bad. Mekhi Phifer was like, damn, at least my shit look better than 8 Mile. What the hell?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But like you said, you got to put your all into every movie you get because you don't know what's going to happen.
Wait, does he got him working out and his nigga's a cancer patient? What is this?
Yo, this trailer has me wanting to know more despite not having any inkling of seeing this movie. Like,
I think it's a good story. It's like we said, the budget was just spent on the wrong things for the movie.
Yeah. You see, 50 Cent is good when he plays himself. That's why he's so good as Kanan in Power, because he's playing himself. That's why.
I haven't seen that show. I'm hearing good things.
That's a great show. It is.
Power?
Yeah, Power's a great show. I haven't watched the new one yet, so I have to reserve
Didn't it
judgment.
finish? Is it done?
Well,
No, because he wants to make it like the MCU, apparently.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
each character has their own saga.
Wait a minute.
and-
Yeah, everybody has their own book in Power. So now this one, Book of Ghosts, is about the son, and then I think they're filming book 3, Raising Kanan, which is a prequel about his character, and then they're doing one about Tommy, and then they're doing one with Lawrence Tate's character. It's supposed to be like House of Cards or something. So there's like 3 more Power shows coming, apparently.
Is it doing that well that it warrants 3 spinoffs?
Well, here's
it
the
had
thing.
to be.
It has to. Well,
I'll say
if you
it's
think
one of
of-
the only shows I ever really hear people talk about. Like,
It's a
with
good
people
show, though.
It's a good
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think that was the show Star was looking for because that's like their flagship. Power became their flagship show.
That was on Stars?
Yeah, like they was hoping for like
Never
America.
forgive him for Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Yeah, that was
Especially
messed
after
up.
that goddamn cliffhanger that we got at the last episode of
Yeah.
season 3, I was like, really? And
They
we
did
got
that show
nothing?
so dirty that Bruce Campbell ain't gonna play Ash.
Yeah, he's like-
Yeah, he was like, he's done.
character.
He's done.
Like, I think he's producing the next Evil Dead, but that's it. Like,
Yeah, him
I
and
think
Sam
he's just
Raimi are,
getting
like,
like producer
producing it.
credits. Like,
I like the approach that they're taking for the new Evil Dead movies. They're giving other filmmakers the chance to put their own kind of weird spins on it.
And this one's
Because
supposed
I
to be-
like the remake that they did a
Remake
couple
was
of years
awesome.
ago.
good.
Remake was
the
good.
best horror remake I think ever came out, in my opinion. Like, out of all the horror reboots and remakes that we got, I think the Evil
The
Dead
Thing.
one was the best one.
No.
That was
No.
more of a prequel. That was more
No,
of a prequel.
I'm talking about the 80s thing, the John Carpenter
Oh.
thing.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah,
prequel.
yeah.
Dude, there's one in 2011.
I know
That's what I
that
was
too.
talking about. I thought
I
that
know
was a
that too.
prequel.
I
That
know
was a
that
prequel.
too. Yeah.
I was mad at you for a
No, no,
second.
no,
I was like, how dare you
Okay,
insult
my
John
man,
Carpenter
you know,
like that?
No, the John Carpenter thing is a remake.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
The thing
that
from
and
Another
Evil
World.
Dead. Yeah.
You ever watch the original thing?
I actually
from Another
haven't.
World? It's kind of funky for an old movie like that, but I like what John Carpenter did.
Nice.
But yeah, the original the original thing by John Carpenter is one of my favorite fucking movies. It's so
Classic.
good. There's still scenes in there that creep me the fuck out.
Just because of the prosthetics, the practical effects are
Practical
so
effects.
good.
Yep.
Also,
And they did a lot of that in Evil Dead too, the remake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they gotta stick to.
Well, I think in horror you have to be practical. I think
Yeah.
CGI always it takes me out of the movie. Like,
Yeah.
once I see
well,
that CGI, like,
if
I
you do it
kinda-
right. Because
it
there's
depends on what
good
movie it
uses
is.
of it, but like some things
In
it's like-
horror?
yeah, there's some very
Name
limited.
them.
Cabin in the Woods for one being.
Yeah.
A lot
Okay,
of-
I'll give you that.
I agree.
I'll
It,
give you
it
that.
depends on the context. But if you're trying to make like big, cool creatures and stuff like that, like I feel like that's where you got to go with prosthetics. But if you're
My-
going like Cabin in the Woods, where like shit's going crazy, where you
Yeah.
need that giant budget where a whole bunch
I
of
don't
stuff
think whole creatures should be CG unless it like really couldn't fucking do it.
Like
But-
Cloverfield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like if it was like little things here and there, I could understand it. Like one of my favorite scenes in The Thing is when they have this shot where they're talking to Kurt Russell, and in the background we see things scurry away like a little spider, but it's literally like a thing that they built on an RC car, but it looks great because it's out of focus.
Nice.
Nice.
Like that type of shit works. You just people don't put their faith in that anymore because it's cheap. Just because it's cheap on that end doesn't mean that it's not as effective.
That's why, and you and I talked about this. That's why we didn't like the newer Chucky, the way he looked. He looked too fake. The Curse of Chucky.
The one that the
Curse
Netflix
of
ones.
the Curse of Chucky and the Cult of
Because
Chucky.
they use both a combination of like just the animatronic and CGI, and the CGI scenes look terrible.
Wait, the remake.
Yeah.
No, not the remake. You're talking about Curse of Chucky.
Curse of Chucky.
The one
And
that's
the sequels.
Yeah,
the newer sequels.
The newer
The
ones.
Don Mancini
ones. Not the remake 2019 one.
I think it's the opposite. I think the 2019 one has the bigger problem. While I think that the animatronics in like
No, you have
Curse
to watch.
and Cult of Chucky are way better than they should.
I think the animatronics. I just don't like his
looks too
look.
fake. He
like,
looks too
like
clean.
aesthetically, like he just looks weird.
But that's
like,
my issue that I have with the 2019 for that very reason. I mean, I understand the whole retcon of Charles Lee Ray and all that bullshit, but like because there wasn't the killer doll aspect in the 2019 one, and Chucky was too perfect looking. In my opinion,
But I think I think that worked though because they took away the voodoo element and it was all about the electronic going evil. So I think that worked for that because of that. But when it came to like the Don Mancini one, I was like, nah, he looked too clean. Like it reminded me of when Michael Myers in Halloween 4 when the mask was all clean and all metrosexual, had no lines. He had his hair slicked back and then he had the collar up. I'm like, yo, what is this guy shocked at Forever 21? Yeah, look at him. He looks way too. It looks like look at
Like a
him.
Family Guy character.
Yeah.
I remember that
Griffin.
being way better because I still like that movie. But that sucks.
Yeah, he looks horrible. He looks.
I'm not. A
I
fan
like
of that,
Curse of
so.
Chucky more than Cult, but
Same.
that looks bad.
Curse was okay. It was a good
Curse
point
was
to get
okay.
it back on set. Get it back on point.
Colt
for
got
it to be
too
like more
confusing.
I'm excited for the-
He went off the rails with
The
Cole.
TV show still sounds interesting though.
Yeah, the TV show
You know.
sounds a little interesting to me. I like the team behind it too because I really like Channel Zero. I thought that was a pretty good sci-fi show.
I like that too. I didn't see the last season, but I saw the first one.
fucking-
I saw a little bit of No One House, but I didn't like it because they totally butchered that story.
Yeah, I didn't like where they went with it, but I liked the vibe, if that makes any sense. Like they really established a proper tone for it, despite kind of with what they did.
Right. Well, people, if you don't know what Channel Zero, it was a show on Sci-Fi. It was a horror show on Sci-Fi. It was kind of like their own horror anthology show, but all the stories were based off of
Look at that thing.
creepypasta stories.
Oh, that's
They
cool.
were all based off of creepypasta stories, and they did Candle Cove, which was good. That's one of the more famous stories. And then they did No One House that they completely butchered because that's one of that was a
Butcher's
good
Block,
one.
and then
Which I didn't see that one.
Oh, is each season a whole creepypasta or is each
Yeah.
episode? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That's what I was thinking at first. I was thinking it's
I was
every
like, damn,
episode.
just one episode? Like,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
It's like a whole
American
season.
Horror Story.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they don't use the same actors. I don't
Okay.
think. No.
That's cool.
yeah, they switch them up.
They
I
switch
mean,
them.
I like that idea.
I like
It's a
Anthology.
good idea,
I'm about to
man,
say, I
and
wish
the
they still
show's
did
pretty
it.
well executed for what it was able to do.
Uh-huh.
Because we all know sci-fi budgets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Them shit suck.
Every time I hear a sci-fi original, I'm like, ugh.
Oh,
That's
shit.
how you know
Yeah.
it's bad. When you like, listen, dog. I just
think
need
of
a
all things
sci-fi
fall
budget.
apart.
Yeah. Yeah. That went straight to sci-fi.
By the way, I find it real funny that I just found out that 50 wrote this movie too.
Did
Oh,
he
did
really?
Did he really?
He wrote this movie.
The whole thing?
the whole
The whole
thing.
thing.
Not a
You
bad
want this
movie,
man?
I'm
You
telling
want this man on your ass? You know how petty 50 Cent is.
Man, that'll be the best clout I'll ever get. If 50 Cent calls me out, my stream's about to jump up.
50 Cent calls out local Jersey City rapper Murdoch.
Please do it,
For
50.
insulting
I need
his
to
screenplay.
smoke. I haven't even seen the movie.
Yeah,
But I'm
all
not
things-
gonna.
Yo, Kid Murdoch, man, this is the 50 Cent. Yo, gonna be talking about my movie, kid.
Oh, man. Oh my god.
I need it.
All right, 50. You want to go make a movie? You got a sci-fi budget. Here you go.
Shit, Camp Nas, we just need a sci-fi budget. We good. Give us a sci-fi budget. We make it work. We flip it.
It may
I would
happen.
kill
It
for
may
the
happen.
opportunity to do a sci-fi movie. Honestly, if it ever presented itself, I would absolutely direct Sharknado 16. I think that'd be
You
so
would.
fucking funny.
You would.
Dude, I'd have a ball doing it, knowing no one would like it.
What would be your storyline?
My storyline for Sharknado 16: Sharknado 16 knows it's Sharknado 16, and everyone dies, except the black guy.
Nice.
The blue.
What do you think of your script?
Hey, they'd still make it. Though they threw I think like a grand total of like 50 million at those movies.
Jesus.
Like it got more and more as it progressed. I think the first Sharknado had a budget of $1 million, and then I think it just kept going and going
Triple
and going.
every movie.
By another million.
I love that movie became like a huge cult following. Like it's so dumb. Have you ever actually like sat down and
I've
watched
never even seen one
Sharknado?
of them.
No.
I never watched it because like I know like at the point where it got popular, it's like okay now if everyone is talking about this movie, it must be something. But I always wrote it off as one of those movies where I see this shit on like in the VHS store or like
Oh, that's
on,
exactly
like,
what it is.
It is like just those really goofy, over the top like creature or big monster movies.
Creature
like,
features.
But the cool thing about Sharknado is that it knows exactly what it is and has so much fun with the premise. Takes itself way too fucking seriously. But in that respect, people find it funny because it's like The Room and fucking any of those type of movies that are really obviously poorly done, but they're a blast to watch because of how bad they are. Like that's the type of following Sharknado has. Like of course this is a bad fucking movie, but that's why it's so
Yeah,
great.
see, like I found out that's how the series was. Like by the time I got to maybe like the second or third movie, and then they made the fourth Awakens or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought of a sci-fi movie. I'm very, very excited about it, and it's called Coon Man. And it's about this black guy who gets killed by white people, and all the they called him Coon before they killed him, and then all the raccoons take revenge on all the white people in town and just start killing them.
All right, I'm
Killer
back.
raccoons, yeah. That would look
Hi,
real
I'm
funny
Jordan
on
Peele.
a
Here's 10 million.
sci-fi budget.
It's like that movie came out on Hulu, Bad Hair. Did you guys see that?
I still haven't watched
seen
it
that.
yet.
I watched that, and okay. Since you guys haven't watched, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I will say I did not enjoy that film.
See, it's like the beginning of the movie. It can be a good movie if it just stayed like to a certain level.
Yeah, like when I seen that film, all the thing I can say is I felt that when you find the backstory of the whole hair situation,
it was ridiculous.
It wasn't even ridiculous. It was like they glazed over it. It was like it was just like, okay, here it is, and that's it. And then you're like, okay, cool, but I still got a lot of fucking questions. Like there's a lot of like holes in that film, and I felt like
And is it like the point where it's like it's holes that you just can't ignore? Like
yeah, it really is because
That
they
sucks.
don't really go into the like it touches on like folklore and all that stuff, but it just barely scratches the surface, and it should go more deep into it, and you're just kind of left like with questions. And you're like, okay, and then when you find out how they defeat the hair, you're just like,
To me, it's like,
really?
if you ever did like a paper for school and you stay up doing the paper, and by the time you get to the end of the paper, it's just like, whatever, I'll just,
Yeah.
filling
words.
Filling words.
And that's exactly what that movie felt like. It starts off really strong, and then it just gets like, okay, what is this? This is
It falls
ridiculous.
flat very quickly. Very quickly, it falls flat.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's like, listen.
Especially when things like start strong and then
There's a really there is a market for those type of movies, but it's at the same time it's just like, why put your money towards making something dope? You know what I mean?
Because there's also there's movies where like they have plot holes and stuff, but like the movie's so good that you kind of can forgive it,
Yeah.
'Cause,
I'm
but,
trying to
like,
think if there's anything significant recently where I was watching where I was like,
Well, see, we
I have some fucking questions.
I'm about to say,
I had
what you-
that with Us, the last Jordan Peele movie. Like
Really?
that movie's
Yeah.
got so
It's
many
a lot of-
unanswered
yeah.
questions.
You
but
gotta
I-
watch that 100 times to really
I
get
think even-
everything.
I think
But
even
you
just
know,
watching
I can
it,
watch it
just-
100 times and it's not gonna answer everything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like you'll watch it 100 times. You'll just see all the references
Yeah.
and like little nods to like other horror movies. You'll see that, but
But
story wise,
I really enjoyed it though,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
enjoyed it to the point where I was like, okay, you know what? It's got a lot of questions that I need answered, but like, it's a kind of question where it just like kind of adds to the mystery of like, oh, I wonder like how all this got started and stuff like that, as opposed to just like where I was just like, no, this plot hole like kills the movie for me.
Oddly enough, like that movie, I'm with you on that. I love that, but I also like, even though there are some questions that I have about it as far as the history is concerned, I still think that has one of the coolest twist endings of a movie
I think
Yes.
in recent history.
Yeah.
the
I
ending
won't
saved that
say
movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't say what it is, but
Nah,
like,
say
Nah, I mean, the movie been out how long?
everyone in
well,
here has seen it.
I'm still being kind because some of y'all are like, I never seen this.
Listen,
We,
if
okay,
you
I'm pretty sure
didn't
we
see-
all seen Us in
If
here.
you haven't seen Us, too damn bad.
Hands
Okay.
across America.
Exactly. Hands across.
Well,
America.
I timestamped the videos anyway, so
Skip this part.
Yeah, so you'll be fine. But
I just want to say one thing. One thing I will say is this: you have to watch movies with this guy right here because you the only man that will find it takes
minute references.
No, he'll do it
I'm
off
the same way.
That's a new segment we need to have on the channel.
No, but
just the things that you might have missed.
things you missed.
But no, he catches it on the first try.
I don't know if you noticed, but
he'll start going off a whole Leroy will give you a whole thesis on a movie. You're like, how many times you watch it? I just watched it once one night on a Thursday night at 7:00. I just got home from work. I made some dinner.
It's the little small details
Dude,
like that I pick up.
You know how
on,
much money that
know
can
what I
make
mean?
you in Hollywood? It's called continuity set supervisor. You would be fucking golden.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a job.
No, literally,
I really didn't know that was a job.
literally, their job is literally to be like, oh, you had that cup in your left hand last time. That's it. And they make bank.
Yeah.
They're always on set. They're always dealing with actors.
They could have used you on Game of Thrones when they had the Starbucks cup on that table.
I heard about that shit. Yeah.
I saw it.
I didn't even watch
the
the show, but I remember hearing about this.
I was a big Game of Thrones fan. I remember watching it with my ex-wife, and we're sitting there like, is that a Starbucks cup?
How do you think that no one noticed that? Like that far into the game?
Because they would probably gave up by the time they got to season 8. Because they're like,
they did give up by the time they got to season 8. Have you seen season 8?
I haven't because I've heard.
They need to give the Dexter treatment and do that season over. Because literally the Starbucks cup is like.
I think they need to wait for George R. R. Martin to finish the books and then do it over.
He's never gonna finish those. His fat ass is never gonna finish the books.
Well, what were you saying about the movie Us?
Oh, the ending for Us. The two lead characters, the good and bad, turn out to actually be swapped.
Yeah.
And we find that out from the very beginning. Like it's
spoilers.
Like I love it, but the way that they set it up, like that wasn't even what I was thinking.
Not at all. Yeah.
And
then like watching it over, I see like all the little
things.
clues that's like showing that.
When the kid slowly puts his mask back on, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he
knew.
Right there.
He's like, bitch, I don't trust you.
And you my mom's. I came out of you. Fuck this. That was a crazy fucking movie.
Yeah,
I can't wait for his next
We'll
one.
go rewatch it.
You ever watch like horror films and think to yourself like, man, that person's gonna need some serious therapy after that. After that ordeal, like.
Oh shit! What did I watch that with recently? And there was a really good example, but I'm blanking. But I love that when you watch it and you're like, "What's the aftermath?"
Yeah, like
you
that
survived, but at what cost?
The most trauma.
Get out.
Going back to like going to Evil Dead remake, like. With Mia, like how do you go home after that? All your friends are dead, your brother's dead, your arm is missing, there's a chainsaw attached to it, you're covered in blood, you got raped by a tree, like.
There's no coming back from that. You can't recover from that. I'm
There's
sorry.
That's
no-
my spring break.
Yeah, there's no, and that happened in like a 4-hour period, like.
There's no coming back.
There's
from
no
that.
therapy for that.
You can't recover from that.
Probably went back to drugs.
Exactly, like
They found their ass in a hotel room with a needle in her arm.
that everyone comes out.
Damn.
What? She was a drug addict.
Oh my god!
I don't know what drugs she did, but I'm just saying.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, if
Maybe
you
it'd be
go
funny
through-
if it was just like it was some big rehabilitation program, like everyone comes out there all alive, like, hey,
Cabin in the
you're
Woods
cured,
style, yeah.
you're cured.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Take off the mask, boogie boogie.
Copyright because I want to do it, but I'm surprised they've never made a horror film set in like a rehab center. I would like because I know you just thought about it, but like I've thought about that in the back of my head where it's like, yeah, these characters went through some fucked up shit, but can you imagine if you had some fucked up shit go through? It's happened to you in a place that helps you deal with the fucked up shit.
Then what do
That
you do?
convinced you some shit didn't have to go down.
But there was a similar movie to that. There was a movie that it actually wasn't that good. It was with, ironically, Amber Heard.
Oh no!
The Ward.
I know exactly what you're
the
talking
Ward
about.
with John
With
Carpenter. Carpenter. And when you find out the ending, you're like, really, nigga? Really?
God damn it!
Yeah.
I can't believe that was John Carpenter's last movie. Well, as of now, because I don't know.
Well, I'm still pissed off of Ghost of Mars, so don't talk to me about it.
I still have yet to see that movie.
You don't need
I've
to.
never
Just watch
seen
Assault on Precinct 13. That's literally what it is. It's literally Assault on Precinct. He remade his own film and just put it on Mars. That's literally what he did. That's what he did. It's the exact same movie, but on Mars.
That's what Rob Zombie did with The Devil's Rejects and then 3 from Hell. I don't know if you saw 3
I haven't seen 3 from Hell yet.
It's awful.
Really?
It's the same movie as The Devil's Rejects. It's the exact same movie,
Didn't
but
you just
without.
kickstart a movie? Is that it?
No, 3 from Hell came out last
like
week.
That came out like last year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was still fun to watch because I like the characters, but it was the laziest movie I've ever seen. Where I was like, this is beat for beat The Devil's Rejects again, except Captain Spaulding the actor passed away, so he's not in it. So it's just like Devil's
Sid
Rejects,
Hagen.
but not as good because Captain Spaulding's not in it. It was
R.I.P.
one of the
Sid
most
Hagen.
disappointing build-ups, especially from how long it took to come out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a fan of Rob Zombie, but I don't like all his films.
Yeah. I like a lot of Rob Zombie's movies, but he's the kind of guy where like even if the movie's bad,
He's
I
an
still
acquired-
like his visuals.
He's an
So,
acquired taste.
Yeah,
Like,
that's me with the Halloween remake. I don't like that remake, but I like how it looks.
Rob Zombie's got good visual taste.
I like the second one better than the first one.
Really?
See, that was the opposite for me. The first Halloween remake I liked a lot better because the whole psychological route they went with the second movie I understand, but it was not executed well whatsoever. It just felt.
He
very
also had
goofy.
like a terrible time working on that movie because
He
the
did.
studio was like really trying to like make the movie for
Yeah,
him.
they said they were like psychos. Like
He was saying that like they would like show him scenes from the first Halloween remake and be like, you should do it more like this, and he's like, I know, I made that movie. Like, and they were like,
Well, see, the thing I liked about this one, it goes back to what I said. Like, he really goes, he goes into a territory that they don't really go through in horror film. Is the whole aftermath and like the whole PTSD and like how Laurie's completely screwed up.
Oh,
and
okay.
even like her friend is screwed up. Like her friend's a hermit that survived. Danielle Harris character. How everybody is completely affected by what happened in the first film. Like she's completely just off her, like she's completely screwed up. So I like that aspect of it. I just didn't like the only thing I didn't like about Rob Zombie's Halloween was the whole explanation of Michael Myers, why he was the way he was. Like it just didn't make any sense. Like, okay, he came from a broken home and he likes to kill things. What?
Now, my question is, did it retcon the original John Carpenter film
No,
in the sense
no,
of like
no. It's a-
brothers and sisters?
No. They're
Yeah,
still-
no,
they're still brothers.
they kept that.
Yeah,
They kept
that.
that, but they went more in depth into the family.
Okay.
Yeah, they went more in depth into the family, like
Which
his
I'm
mother.
kind of okay with because it's like its own thing. If it was like a canon Halloween movie where they tried to explain it, it would upset me more. But since it was like his own vision and his own separate continuity, I was like, you know what? If you want to make a Michael Myers where you're trying to go into like his psyche and stuff, and it's not in the main canon, go for it. Like you know, like.
And I did like his take on the whole Dr. Loomis character. He had a different take on it.
He had Malcolm McDowell as Dr.
Yeah,
Loomis, which was
and
great casting.
he did a completely different take on him.
You know what's kind of crazy? It sounds like the new Halloween that just recently came out is a combination of both Rob Zombie movies. If you think about it in kind of a far out idea, because the first one is the kind of the remake, but then the second one explores the psyche. They don't explore the psyche as much in the new one, but they kind of try to when they go to the institution and they try to interview him, and we know how that leads. So I'm like,
I love that scene when they're at the institution.
oh yeah, I think the
Everyone's
new
yelling.
Halloween is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I think we was talking about that one like for an episode.
Yeah.
Previous episodes you talk about because the second trailer had came out.
Halloween
Yeah.
Kills.
You was talking about
Can't
how,
wait for that shit.
like I said, we should have
you,
been
COVID.
got this one. And fucking COVID's ruined everything.
That's
we're back
that's
to
the
like
real
another,
villain.
We're back to another shutdown.
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fucking everything.
I mean, and we're really probably we're right around the
We're
corner
going into
from
another
another lockdown because Chicago's on lockdown now, and that's the whole Washington State is on lockdown now. So it's coming as far as New York and
even a lot of places in Europe, they're back on like some of their lockdowns only go on like 3 weeks, like, and then like they'll see what the progress is after 3 weeks, and then they'll either extend it or pretty much lift it. So I don't.
So, give us some movies to watch during lockdown is what
Right?
we're asking.
Just put these shits out. Like,
yeah, like
Please.
for real.
Because like I don't see movie theaters being open until maybe the summer of
Yeah.
2021. Maybe that's like I don't want to even bet on that.
And I,
it's
honestly,
possible,
I
but
think you're being nice about it.
yeah, like
Because they're talking like things might not go back to normal to winter of 2022.
And that's what movie theaters are open now, but no one's going. So it's like,
Well, that's why they think the spikes went up was because of Halloween. People having like Halloween parties and things like that.
It's just going up because it's fall, it's flu season. Like everyone knew that a second wave
Like
was
every
coming.
state
in
is
fall.
literally red right now.
Halloween didn't help, but like
you
it was
ain't
like
Bloods either.
yeah,
No.
I
But
tell
like,
you,
what's the
some
hot
of
spot? Everywhere in the states.
yeah.
like, but some of the things that they're doing, I feel is kind of dumb. Like they're shutting down, like at least for New Jersey. I can't speak for the other states, but it's like, so they're shutting down like bars, restaurants, indoor dining at 10, but you can continue past 10 as long as it's outside. But the outsides are you have to have those tents, like those heated tents, you know, those insulated tents and shit like that, which is like, it's basically the same exact thing. You're still inside,
But
like,
outside,
but you're outside. So it's like that, to me, that makes no fucking sense, like, at all.
Like
Like,
tents ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
All it takes is one person to sneeze, and that's your ass.
just for
Mr.
everyone in Jersey
Postman.
City, if you want that IHOP for a 4010, you got it. Like
I didn't even know they had a tent out there. Like,
You didn't see that on 440? It's like
Nah,
a big
I
ass
haven't-
tent in the IHOP over there.
and it's right next to the highway.
Yup.
Like, that sounds like the worst place.
And I stay
to
away
eat.
from that side of the.
Yeah.
I go, nope.
Can I get a table on that side?
Windows up.
it's like, damn, man. Because I think I was trying to go out last Friday, the Friday before, and it was like about 8 o'clock. I was about to hit up my boy, and then I realized I was scrolling on Instagram, and then I seen it was like, oh, the place we were going to, like, closing at 10, and I was like, well, there's no point in going out. I'm like, what, 2 hours and enjoy myself, and then I gotta go back home. I was just like,
Yeah, the last lit night we had was the weekend before when you and I and Wallace went out. That was like the last. I feel like that was like the last hoo-ha for the next couple of months.
oh, COVID.
So,
Oh,
just
COVID.
chilling. In my news, I'm chilling real good. I got my PlayStation 5 this past weekend.
Yeah, I seen the pictures.
I seen it too. I seen
So
it
where
too.
you live at
Didn't
again?
implode on you. Yeah, hold on a second.
PlayStation.
Fast real quick.
Almost forgot that was the hot
Yo,
thing.
what's your
this
address
week.
and your phone number?
You know, I just bought a ski mask the other day. I do know where this nigga. I love you, murder. You my home. You my man. 50 grand, but nigga, I'm about to rob you. Anybody got a PS5? You getting got? I'm
So
telling
what
you.
games did you buy for
At
it?
least he's giving you the heads up. Too.
Exactly.
Like, that's
I'm
very
gonna-
courteous.
I'm just gonna be like, hey,
oh,
run
that's
it.
Greg. Like,
Like, hey man, like yo, thanks, son. See you next Monday.
Here's the thing. It's like you don't even need to run out and buy one yet. Like there's because I played the PS5 over the weekend. My brother has one, and I ended up playing the game that's already out on PS4 right now, Spider-Man. So it's just like there's nothing out right now that's like, yo, I need to run out and get it. If you want it, go ahead. If
Don't,
you got the
don't
money.
be a greedy Murdoch. You got it. Don't be sitting there like,
No,
he's right.
What you gonna do when you get
and then he
home?
was on Instagram like this.
You know what he doing when he get in the house.
exactly.
He on Instagram stunting like this with his PS.
firing up the PS5.
Him and my brother Joe. My brother Joe sent me a picture. I was like, fuck you.
Joe got it?
Yeah, Joe. Oh, you know he got it.
So that's the thing. Like I'm trying to say, if I had, that's why I didn't pre-order, because I was like, I'm looking at the list of games coming out. Everything that I want doesn't come out till later. So I'm just like,
Never
what
buy
am
a
I-
console at launch.
yeah, and that's another thing. You're just a test product at that point, because
Yeah,
that,
Murdoch, you just a test
look,
product, bro.
look how big that
made
It is
Now,
what it
first
is.
of all,
I don't
It is
care.
what- I'm testing out my new 4K video games.
Like,
with my
the-
DualSense.
the
That's
actual
fine
system
by
is
me.
probably as big as this mini fridge right
now.
and there's gonna be like there's gonna be 20 more editions of it. We're gonna have the PS5 Pro, the PS5 8K. Like we're gonna have a couple
The
of more.
PS5
of
has
them.
8K, but no one has 8K. That's
Exactly,
the problem. I was looking at the timeline because the PS4 and the Xbox, the second generation where they like upgraded, came out 3.5 years after the original one. So I'm expecting it's going to be around the same 3.5 to 4 years until they make like the Pro and the Slim. And my thing was I had the Xbox One at launch, and the Xbox One can't do 4K, and it can't do like 4K Blu-rays and stuff like that. And I bought myself a 4K TV, and I was like, I wanted something that I could watch these Blu-rays on that I've been buying, and like play games at a higher resolution. So like I'll get this one, and I'm gonna wait to get the Xbox until a little bit.
So what
later.
games do you have so far?
All I have is Spider-Man, Miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I told you, a game that's
That's-
been out.
No, that game just came out.
Just
Well,
came
the
out.
Miles Morales version, it's still
Yeah.
essentially the same.
But if you
it's a
had
whole different
Xbox the whole
game.
time, this is a whole new game for you.
True.
Yeah,
It is, but I'm just saying, me personally, even the Xbox, I'm not gonna run out. It comes out what, this week? Next
It
week?
came out already.
It came out already.
They both came out.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard anybody talking about it.
Because everyone went and bought
Like
the
a
PS5.
PS5.
And I do want
The
the new
Xbox just looks weird.
There's just no games
Y'all see
for
that
it right
video
now.
of the Xbox
Blowing
fucking
smoke?
puffing smoke?
That was people with vapes though.
Yeah, it's
Was
a
it
good,
really?
Yeah.
It's a great vape pen though.
Yeah, everyone, even Xbox had to like tweet out, just like, I can't believe we have to say this, but stop blowing vapes into your Xbox. Like, which is super weird that people were trying to like, I don't know, console wars are really dumb, and I feel like people are trying to like sabotage the Xbox by like uploading fake videos with them smoking, by like
People
shooting
go,
it, and it's just like,
fanboys go to the most extremes. Like I still think the console war is dumb. Like
Yeah.
at this point, like I don't argue Xbox fanboys, PS fanboys. Like I see it all the time. I see all the memes. They're funny, but I think at this point, I don't like. Does it really matter? Like half these games is gonna come out on this console. Most exclusives are timed exclusive at this point. There's neither one that's even currently better than the other one right now. They're both like the PS5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series X, whatever it's called. They both at the exact same point right now. This is the newest consoles out. They both pretty much do the exact same thing. Neither one has any crazy exclusives that's like, oh, I definitely want to buy this console. I definitely want to buy this console. They're not gonna have those till way later. Now, if you're someone like me who just gets everything, like it doesn't really matter. And plus, like if I have a PC, it's more powerful than both of those fucking machines. So I really
That's the
don't
thing,
see
I don't
the
have a
need.
PC.
Yeah,
I have
that's
a
what I was gonna say.
laptop.
I feel like these consoles are like if you don't have a PC, then it's like if this is your substitute for it. Because like right now, my PC it's more powerful than both of these consoles. So I really don't see the need to like run out and just spend the $500 on it because I have a machine that can literally play these same games at a much
see,
higher
now you're doing the
resolution.
console wars, but you're doing the
I'm
PC,
doing the PC master race.
No, that's
You
a light
know,
flex. That's a light flex
That is
on
a
his
light
part.
flex.
That's a light
It's
flex.
not.
That's a light flex.
I'm just saying.
He was like, yo,
play
listen, I'm just saying, my PC is way more powerful, so I don't feel like I need to go
It
out and
is.
spend it. That's just a light
But that's
flex.
what all PC players say. But the one thing I will say in regards to everything is that with crossplay, it doesn't even matter what you have.
Exactly.
Like, you
That's
can play with
becoming a
your
big
friends.
thing now. Like
Yeah.
a lot of popular games are becoming crossplay at this point. Like DBD is crossplay right now. Apex Legends is crossplay. Call of Duty is crossplay. Like all the most popular games that everyone is playing is crossplay. So again, why the console war is still a thing? If like I have two different groups I play Dead by Daylight with. I play with my PC family. I play with my Xbox family. I just go back and forth between whoever, and like that should be like the focus of gaming going forward, not this exclusives. I feel like games should just go to whatever Steam, PS5, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. I just feel like online gaming is where it's at. Like everything is centered online, so I think that should be the focus, not exclusive. Crossplay should be a thing. Like think about it. Before it's to be like, yo, what game are you? What system you getting it on? Like, well, what system you getting it on? Like that's how
you and your friends got to make the decision.
You
of
had
what
to make a
system
choice.
you
Like
get.
there was some games like I couldn't buy because I knew like I couldn't buy on this system because I knew the 4 friends that I mainly play with, they're getting it on this system. So I gotta go buy it on this one. But I have like 2 other friends who also have it on, who want to get it on Xbox. But the majority of my friends are gonna get it on PS4. So stuff like that like doesn't need to happen no more. If we just put the focus on just cross-play and online gaming, it should be good. All that. But PC though, you can play with it.
Light flex by Leroy Green.
Look, think about it. Yo, I got PC. I got PC, and they was playing Call of Duty. They was playing on PS4.
All right, we get it. You got a
PS4.
You got a fucking PC.
And I got a
Show
PC.
off.
What kind of PC you got?
I built it. I just put it together. Like
Another
pick a
flex.
little part. No, but that's what most people do nowadays.
Built it
Like
with my
you
bare hands.
like, put it together. I soldered every little circuit and everything. Like I built it from complete scratch. No, but I did put it together though. Like you basically that's what most people do. Like you pick out all the parts that you want, you buy a tower. I watched like 2 YouTube videos because I was like, how do I connect shit? And then I was good. Like, and then Timmons, he was with me. He helped me put it together. And like, now shit runs like a beast.
Okay, you can put mine together because I'll probably electrocute myself
Yeah,
if I
no,
did.
get all the parts that you need, and I got you. I'm telling you, it's and the thing is, it's not hard. It's really not hard putting a PC together at all. It's literally a motherboard, put in your processor, put your graphics card in, load up your software on like a USB, you put all this in a tower, get your power.
All I'm saying is, how come they haven't released the computer 2 yet? We on PlayStation 5. They're still on the first computer.
We still on number 1, son.
That's how good it is. I'm telling y'all. But yeah, PS5. I don't know. Like I said, I don't see myself getting one till the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach game comes out, because I think that's the only exclusive that I'm really I'm looking forward to out of everything else.
I'm probably gonna wait a couple.
To get any, I had dumb luck when I
the times online, you can only buy it like 12, 1, 5.
I was with my friend.
4.
She was doing that.
Like, what the heck is this?
So she was trying to get the 9 o'clock time slot on Walmart. So
Jesus.
I had it on my phone trying to refresh. She had it on her phone trying to refresh. And like, she got it into the cart, and she got to the checkout where you enter in your card information. And once she had all her card information in there, it was completely sold out.
That's what I keep hearing.
I would rage.
Walmart keeps taking it out of their carts.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like once you get in your card, then it should be yours, like right then and there.
Listen,
Like,
but there is one.
fastest.
There is one place you can get it though. A lot of people. Well, it's not a place you can get it. What you got to do is, like
My
I said,
house
you got to
when you rob it.
Yeah, you got to get a ski mask, a gun, or a knife, or whatever your choice is. Don't make it real. You just trying to rob a nigga. Don't want to kill him.
Speaking
and
of,
you break in their house, put a gun in their mouth, and say, "Give me your PS5."
Alright, anyways, just before we get out of here, just want to say everyone thanks. Appreciate it. That camera's off, it's fine. I'll just talk to this one if I need to. Again, this is NosCast. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Tidal, or anything, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to follow us. Camp Nos on IG, Camp Nos on YouTube. We do this every week. We got some more new shows out. Rhymes Over Ramen, please check that out. We have weekly shows, Prime Sports, and subscribe reviews, where we're currently reviewing every episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. So we hope to see you guys in the discussion in the comments. We appreciate y'all's support and appreciate y'all watching. And once again, it's Camp Nos for NosCast. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Deuces.